Hello, Tharkin Drago. I'm going to be reacting to I Might Be Floof. They made a video. I might be a bit late to getting to actually responding to it, but I just now saw it. They are a positive side to a new trend that is happening. Let me switch you over to them so that you know what's going on. Oh, I was right there, wasn't I? Me.
Hello everyone, my name is Floof, and today I want to talk about a particular trend that keeps making a relatively frequent resurgence in the furry fandom. Now, the trend can go by a couple names, but the most notable one is the hashtag persona versus owner. Now, the gist of the trend is to post an image of your persona and then post an image of what you look like in real life. And it's just a simple, innocent, wholesome trend.
Yeah, it's not as innocent and wholesome as you think. Again, my bias is you need to be careful on the internet. I have been here a very, very long time. There's still a ton of hate for this community. I personally would feel very, very uncomfortable with not just you're making content at a name you've almost certainly chosen that's completely different from the one you use in real life, and you've picked an avatar that fits you more, or a persona that fits you more. I think it is so cool that people feel proud enough in their identity as a furry to show it off in real life. Great, wonderful. You probably meet people at cons. They probably have seen the real you. I understand that. These people, traditionally speaking, are the people you can trust not to be bad. There are still bad people out there. Now they have a face to link to you as a persona. I think that's a bit dangerous. I don't think it's quite as great as he's making it seem there. He'll get to his reasons why he hasn't done it yet, more of an image issue, which I understand. We'll get to that in a bit.
That's all it is. It really is just that. And but recently, furries have decided to add a little bit of a spice to it and make people or their followers comment whether or not their persona looks like their real life counterpart. I guess their real life self, not counterpart. Jeez, and this trend, to me at least, is slightly intimidating because I really don't have the body positive like mindset to even reveal what I even look like online on purpose. Like if
And let's go off of that as well. I do know people have issues with, I don't think I look good. I think I'm a certain way. It's not what I like to look at. Some of us disassociate. And this feels more like ourselves, our individual pick. He brings up something here in a few seconds. I'll get back over there. Um, yeah, we'll do that.
in order for me, my like self to be ever online, it would have to be by pure accident because of just how I guess self-conscious I am about what I look like. So like whenever I see this trend pop up, sometimes I am just amazed at this like how these people look. Like I'm like, oh my god, like oh my gosh, I wish I was that brave to be able to post what I look like.
I might be Floof if you do ever see this. You're great, buddy. Love the video. I think you covered the positive side wonderfully. I hit that like button. You should too. But I doubt you'll ever see this. See, I don't think that's the bulk of the reason why you should be a bit more careful and you should be cautious of this trend. I personally don't think it's a great idea to supply a face to the fursuit. Yes, my channel has been up since 2017. If you scroll down far enough, you will see a vague image of what I've looked like. I've gotten a lot more hairy since then. I've gotten a lot older. So I don't look exactly the same. And only very few people, and in situations where it's necessary, um, have I supplied an image of myself to somebody who I've met either here or Discord. Normally, if I've met them on Discord, it's because I've met them in here. I would caution you strongly about this trend. Yes, people can be ripping your IP addresses. They can track you down that way. They can find your socials and find you that way because sometimes you have to supply an address and they can hack into the socials to get addresses there if you use it there. I would recommend not using your real address. Maybe a PO box. Those are pretty cheap, $10 a month. I would recommend that that's probably a better idea. Especially if you're a rather large content creator, to get people to send you stuff. PO boxes are a lot safer. Because yeah, people will swat you. People will try to stalk you. They'll try to find you because they want to hurt you, because they do hate these about as much as anything else. Like anybody else can hate anything else in this world. So I'm not. I don't. I don't like this. I mean, I don't like the trend. Great video. I think the coverage of it from the positive end, fantastic. But I do think there are reasons to be cautious, mostly because you're now linking your real face to a sona that somebody can look up. And now they know what you look like. And they could see you. They could. It's not maybe very common. But if you start to blow up, people will recognize you. And not everybody's nice. In fact, the vast majority are still pretty terrible. It's just the way the world is.
I'm not. I am not in the slightest. And like some of these furries, like so many are just really nice looking. Like I don't think there is a furry that I've met that is, I guess by definition, ugly. Attractiveness is purely subjective. So what one person finds attractive, another person
I agree wholeheartedly.
could find to look like a, I don't know, golem. Well, anyway, in the trend, not every person is going to look like their persona, right? Now, for as wholesome and as innocent this trend is, there has to be some galaxy brain giga chad thinkers that decide to use their deteriorating intellect to make the observation of, if you don't think your persona or don't make your persona better in some way than you're not considered a.
What's that even mean? This looks better? Or your attitude while you're in it is you? What's that even mean?
Furry or something of that sort. Do I have to define what a persona is? First off, a persona is just, it's literally just a character. And even Google defines a persona as a animalized character that a person in the furry fandom makes. It doesn't say that it has to be better or worse or anything. It doesn't say anything. It's not specific. A persona creation, a design, whatever, is completely based on how the person wants the character to be perceived. And even Google, in its definition, provides a few.
Yeah, gold scale dragonborn. Dragonborn. Dragon. I've got Skyrim on the brain. Uh, this is the Cobalt model. So I painted it myself. Took the uh, the scaled version, um, so that there's less fur, because I am and I have been a scaler my entire life. This looks nothing like me in real life. And why would it? I'm a freaking anthropomorphic dragon. I don't understand how anybody would that doesn't look like you or doesn't fit you in real life. So this is where we get real personal here. IRL, I'm a misanthrope. I create content, which means 99.9% of the time I stay inside whatever, wherever I might be that I call home. And that could be anywhere. I'm going to have to move out of where I am at the moment pretty daggum soon. And I will still be where I'm going, doing this to the best of my ability. Not being around, well, the flesh space, because this is more comfortable here for me. The attitude you get from me on these videos is nothing like what I'm like out there, because I avoid people. I don't really care to interact. I'm just out there to get something done in the flesh space. Just go do it. Get back home. Then you can be how you want to be. At least that's obviously I have to speak for myself. I speak for no one else. And I do not speak for the entirety of the furry community. But for me, this is an escape. This is to get away from this flesh space because I hate it. I despise it out there. And this is where, without a better way to describe it, I make my love. This is where the people who I actually consider family are. So I don't understand that, like, if you're not your persona as a person in real life, then you're not a furry. That doesn't make any sense, because this isn't me in real life. And it never will be, because I don't, my brain shifts.
Examples of what a persona may be like. You know, see that? See the key word there? May, might, maybe, could be, positively, positive, probably is gonna look like. So, for any galaxy free thinking brains out there, just, remember that definition that a persona does not have to be anything. It doesn't even have to be anthropomorphic. Yeah, I guess it just has to fit the description of a character, but that's also kind of subjective. I guess if to join in on the trend a little bit, I'm not actually gonna show what I look like, but what I look like in real life looks nothing like any of my characters. Even my main character, my main persona is.
Yeah, they go off of what they were saying. Looks nothing like me. This avatar is taller, for one. The scar is more of a representation of the fact that I'm legally blind in this eye due to an accident that happened to me when I was 5 years old. But I did want to signify something that happened to me in the flesh space that is significant to me. This marking, I don't have a tattoo, but this is to go off of like a cult classic thing not many people have ever heard of, called Threshold, the show back in like 2005-ish, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. I loved it, and I wanted to be able to signify it. So I've kind of taken it as my mark whenever I do any retexturing, which I will be trying to do. We won't get mixed up into that, but yeah. I also I am I might be Floof. Don't feel pressured to show your real face. As far as I'm concerned, as I've made apparent, again, this is me speaking for myself. This is me. The flesh space person that I am. Doesn't even share this name. Sergeant Drago doesn't even share that name. I'm definitely not a dragon. And I don't engage with people in real life. I just don't. It's like very select few people at a very select time, and if people I've probably met in here if I'm ever going to. So don't feel pressured. It's no one can force you to do it. You don't feel pressured like you need to.
Nami's, and he looks nothing like me physically, but everything about him is pretty much my personality. It's literally just me, just looks different. That's the only difference. He's not better, he's not worse. Nami's, since he's me, has his own personas, because my other characters, such as this one, Rune, is one of Nami's personas, I'd like to say. Is, I guess, my literal anthropomorphic character, who has an anthro character, isn't a furry because his character isn't better than him in any way.
That's dumb. If you enjoy this artwork, if you enjoy being in a VR chat or you enjoy engaging in other places where you have a persona that you post up or that you've got as pins or people know you by, like you're in Discord channels and you talk to people. Um, and that is you have told people this is my persona, like the people that you've met that are also furries that you engage with. I'm not saying real flesh space people, because 90% of the time, if not more, 99% of the time, I would even go that far. You're probably not told a whole lot of fleshies. Sorry for the word; it's the best way to describe it. That you are a furry. Most people keep it hidden. Almost nobody in the flesh space that I've actually met know that I'm a furry. It's not something I talk about really, and I don't feel like you need to.
That is literally, or basically, my idea of what a persona is to me. Anyway, so yeah, I just kind of wanted to make a little bit of a video about that, and I figured I wanted to try recording it in VR chat, and I figured this might be a little simplistic subject that I could just talk about and do in VR chat.
All right, that's the end of their video, and I'm going to be ending mine here. Hey, I'm going to be including the link to the video in the down there in the description area. Go watch the original, come back, watch mine, even though we watched basically all of his together. But please give the original content creator that I'm reacting to a like, a subscribe, go over there, send him a comment, say, hey, I saw you here. Give me a like, subscribe, and comment here. Again, I might be Floof. Great video. I loved it. But there needs to be some whoa, wait a minute. Back up. Really think about this. Are you sure this is a good idea? Because I don't think it's such a good idea. I think it takes a long time, a certain amount of interaction, a certain amount of I think I can defend myself where I'm at. I think I relatively well protected. I think I have a good enough support group that showing my face online is okay. Will be okay for me. I think it takes time to think about it. And I really think you do need to take a moment to be like, now they're going to have a face to match up to my profile and they can find me a lot easier that way. It makes it far too easy. I think you really should take a moment to reconsider about this trend. I think it could be more dangerous than it needs to be. And I hate to be this way, but we need to be realistic here. All right. That's enough for today. Thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Bye bye.